have studied regarding amplifier as a switch, and there we have studied that we have plotted the curve where we have taken along the y-axis input voltage and output voltage, and we got the graph as something like this. Hope you remember that. We got a curve like something like this, and here we have categorized this as the one curve, and this is the part of curve, and this as the part of curve. And this part of the curve is used for switching on the, or you can say on condition of the switch, and this is off condition of switch. And in the mid section where dropping off the voltage current takes place, this voltage or this part of the curve is used to the amplification of the signals. So today we will discuss how can we use the transistor as the amplifier. Transistor as an amplifier. So before going to the actual concept, let us make sure that we understand what you mean by the amplifier is. So amplifier is a device which makes weak signal into strong signal, or you can say, or also you can say, it makes the shorter amplitude signal to the larger output signal, like this. If we take this as an amplifier, if we take this device as an amplifier, if any signal passes through it whose amplitude, or which is a weak signal, this signal is a weak signal whose amplitude is very small, like this. Hope it is visible to you, which is very small. Now it is input, this is input, and this is an amplifier device, and output of the device is obtained such that whose amplitude is very large. So here output amplitude is very large compared to input amplitude. So this phenomena is called as amplification, and device for which it is used is called amplifier. So this is what the amplifier is. Amplifier. So this is what the amplifier is. So you can say amplifier is a device which makes weak signal to strong signal, and the phenomena is called amplification. So amplification is a process or is a phenomena which makes weak signal to strong signal. So by this you can define the amplifier is, and here I am writing a weak signal, and here you can say it is a strong signal. So, and this device is amplifier, and once again it converts weak signal into strong signal. So by this definition you can state what you mean by amplification and what is amplifier. So now we will discuss how well or how can we use transistor as the amplifier. So we will discuss today's topic as transistor as amplifier. So how can we use this transistor as amplifier? We will see. So for this one, the figure is, or the circuit diagram is, it consists of an NPN transistor. So this is what the NPN transistor is. And you know that if I mark arrow mark here, this becomes emitter, this becomes collector, and here it is base. Being it is NPN junction, this is N, this is P, and this is N. NPN. And we know that base emitter junction must be forward bias condition. So we will connect in a forward bias condition. So this must be the forward bias condition. Forward bias condition means positive must be connected to the positive. So it is connecting to the positive. Positive must be connected with the positive, and the negative must be connected with the negative. So this junction you can say that base emitter junction is in forward bias condition. And here one more thing you have to connect, that is resistor. I'm connecting here it is. This resistor is RB and voltage supplied to base emitter junction is called VBB. And here the collector emitter junction must be in reverse bias condition. Reverse bias means this N-type semiconductor must be connected with the positive terminal of the battery, and here emitter is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. So here this is what the output condition is. So this is what output is, and this is what input is, and this circuit is common emitter configuration. It is in the common emitter configuration. So we will connect this one to the earth. We will earth on this. So this symbol represents the earth, and here we have to connect output resistor, that is RC. That is RC. And this battery is providing certain EMF. That EMF is denoted by VCC. So it is supplying the voltage to the collector side, hence it is denoted by VCC. So this is what a simple diagram. What we have got is, so here VBB battery is connected in forward bias to the base emitter junction through input resistor, that is RB, and VCC battery is connected in reverse bias to the collector emitter junction through the output resistor, that is RC. This is what the construction is, and to understand the phenomena of amplification through the transistor, you have to know the output characteristic of a transistor. So output characteristic of a transistor is it is something like this. It is something like, hope you remember this. I am not explaining this much. This is because you have already studied in the previous video. Here I can say that this is IB1 and this is IB2, that is input current. I can say that IB1 is greater than IB2, because as we are increasing the input current, the output current also go on increasing. And here we can say this is output current IC1 and this is output current IC2. And the current amplification factor is denoted by beta is equals to output current, or it is a change in output current divided by change in input current. So change in output current is delta IC divided by delta I. So if you know about this, if you understand this concept, you can get the working of this connection. So let us explain. Let's first understand how the amplification is taking place. So listen very carefully so that you will get the clear picture of this one in order to get the phenomena, or I can say function of this one. So as here I can say that IB1 is greater than IB2. So listen very carefully. Here input current is increased. And input current is measured in terms of microampere. Suppose this is 2 microampere, or you can say 20 microampere, then let us take it as a 40 microampere. As the input current changes from 20 to 40 microampere, it is in micro, and the output current is in milli. So it is IC and it is voltage VO. So output voltage like this. Now IC is increased in milliampere. Here micro is 10 raised to minus 6. Try to get it. Increase in input current is increasing in order of 10 raised to minus 6. For this small increment, the input current is increasing in terms of 10 raised to minus 3. Very large base, 10 raised to minus 3 times it is increasing. Are you getting? So here if I put the value, I'm just explaining this thing. If I put the value, VO it is, increment is taking place, input increment is taking place in terms of 10 raised to minus 6. It is 10 raised to minus 6. And output current is increasing in terms of 10 raised to minus 3. Now if you do this one, you will get 10 raised to minus 3. It goes upside, it becomes 10 raised to plus 6. Hence, the output current is increased 10 raised to 3 times. It is just an example I am giving. So this is how, means 10 raised to 3 times. In this 10 raised to 3 times, output current increases for the increment of 10 raised to minus 6 times the current. So hope you get the picture of this one. So let us study how well this works. So this diagram is not necessary to draw in your answer sheet, but you have to draw this figure very carefully. But still, this figure is incomplete. I have to add something else. I will add it when it is necessary. So let us explain the construction as well as its working. So regarding construction, first we will go for the construction. Construction part is very simple. Here VBB battery, VBB EMF is connected with the base emitter junction in forward bias condition through and input resistor, that is RB, or you can say base resistor. Similarly, for the output circuit, and this is output and this half is input. So for the output, VCC battery is connected in reverse bias with CE junction, corrector emitter junction, after passing through the output resistor. So this is what the connection is, circuit diagram is, or construction is. So I am writing VBB in forward bias with the base emitter junction, and VCC reverse bias with collector emitter junction. And so this is regarding the basic thing. Now coming back to this one, we need increment of the current, we need increment of input current, so that we will get the enlarged output current here, or you can say enlarged output signal. So let us take one simple example of mic and a loudspeaker. So in a mic and loudspeaker, if you are speaking in the mic means where battery will be there, direct current battery will be there, and a mic will be there. If you speak in a mic, those signals, audio signals are converted into voltage and supplied into input signal, or you can say input signal. So whatever you are speaking in the mic, that those voice signals or audio signals are converted into the voltage signals, or you can say current signals. And voltage is in the form of alternate current, and those are weak signals, and loudspeaker is giving very huge signals to you. So from the mic to the output, that is the speaker, we are getting amplified signals. So what I want to tell is, to increase the input current as the output, we need to have certain input, or you can say certain change in input voltage. We need to have certain change in input voltage. That change in input voltage in your mic loudspeaker example, mic acts as the input signal. So we have to have an input voltage connected here. So we are connecting an input voltage. And output is obtained somewhere here. So this is what the output voltage is. So this is regarding the construction. Furthermore, you have to add the input voltage is connected across the VBB battery and output is connected across the load resistor. So you have to add those things also. Input and output are connected as shown in the figure. So after this, it's working very simple. As the input voltage changes, current flowing across RBB is also changes. So here I am mentioning input current, and let me show the diagram first. IC and then IE. It is very important to show the direction of current. As the input current increases, hence the output current is also increases, because when this current increases, as per this figure, as per the output characteristic, small increment in the input current will leads in large increment in output current. If the output current increases, the output voltage also increases. If it is supplying signal, a very small signal, then output signal will be a very useful. So this is what the function is. Very simple. From this one, you have to write from this one, from the output characteristic, as the input current increases very small, then there will be increment in output current. As per the relation, that is amplification, or you can say increment of current, that is beta is equal to, we have already know this formula, that is output current divided by input current. From this relation, a very small change in input current leads in very large change in output current. As the output current increases, that is nothing but the output signal. Hence we are getting the output voltage, increased voltage. So this is what the working is. Now this is the increment of the current, or you can say current amplification factor. Then voltage amplification. How can we get the voltage amplification is, here first apply KVL for the input current or input circuit, then it becomes VBB is equals to, and voltage across base and emitter junction is VBE, and collector emitter junction is VCE. Now VBB is equals to RB IB plus VBE. Now if you differentiate this, or we will certainly change the input voltage. So change in input voltage VBB is equals to, I am writing this one as input voltage VI, changing VI is equals to IB RB, but here resistance is constant. We cannot change the resistance because we have fixed. As the voltage is changing, current flowing through the resistor changes. Delta IB and R plus delta VBB. This voltage, this delta VB, very small. I am writing here delta VBB is very small, hence it can be neglected. So delta VI becomes delta IB RB. So this is RB. This is changing input voltage. So this is for the input circuit, and similarly, if we apply for the output circuit, it will become. If we apply the same thing for the output, it will become uh, for output circle, here we have to apply the case here. Once again, delta VCC is equals to IC RC plus delta VCE, and this delta VCE is nothing but output. So delta VCE is equal to delta VCC minus IC RC. So it is nothing but the output. I am taking this as delta VO. Here first I have to write only VCC, not the delta. Now we will differentiate or we will get the changes. Then it becomes delta VO is equals to delta VCC minus delta IC RC. But this battery is providing constant voltage. There is no delta VCC. So I can write delta VCC. There is no change, hence delta VCC is equal to 0. Then we can write delta VO is equals to minus delta IC RC. So here you can see the output current or change in output current is minus. So negative sign indicates, I can write negative sign indicates output voltage or output current is in phase with input, or I can say phase difference between input and output is phase difference input and output is 180 degree, because here you can say positive cycle will be there. For the positive cycle, being it is a negative, we are getting a negative cycle. So similarly, for negative cycle of the input, being it is a negative, we are getting a positive cycle. So this negative sign indicates input and output signals are in phase. So now we have got the output voltage as well as input voltage. Now if we write, I'll rub this part. Hope you have written this. Hope you have taken down this. I'm rubbing this one. Now voltage amplification factor, we can say voltage amplification it can be written by VA is equals to change in output voltage, that is change in output voltage divided by change in input voltage. So output voltage is nothing but change in collector emitter voltage divided by change in base emitter voltage. So VA is equals to, we know that here VA is equals to VI is nothing but delta IB RB, and VO is nothing but delta IC RC. So let us substitute that VO is equals to minus delta IC RC divided by delta IB RB. So this is what the amplification factor for the voltage. You can also write it as VA is equals to this term we can write current amplification factor, that is beta, because beta is equals to delta IC divided by delta IB, output current divided by input current, hence this becomes beta. So minus beta is equals to RC divided by R. So this is what the voltage amplification factor. You can see that it depends upon the input as well as output current, and this term is constant because the value of RB and RC will be constant. And now power amplification factor that is is equal to, we know that power P is equals to, we have the expression power P is equals to I square R. So it can be written as delta I square R divided by delta I square R. Here you have to take whatever the amplification factor, it may be current amplification, it may be voltage amplification, it may be power amplification. You have always remember that output divided by input. So here we are writing the power amplification means output divided by input. Output current is IC and input current is IB. It will become, you can see here, this term is whole beta square multiplied by R. You can also write here RC and RC. So here it is RC divided by RC. You can also write it as beta square, can be also written as beta square, or you can say beta multiplied by beta RC divided by RB. Hence this can be written as beta, this term beta RC RB, beta RC RB is nothing but VE. So it is V. So this can also be written like this. These are the certain formulae for the power amplification factor. So this is how all these things works, and just take a screenshot so that it will be helpful for making your notes. Hope you have taken down the screenshot. I'll give one small example how the increment of the current takes place, just to understand what we have done here. So what we have done here is we have taken output characteristics first. So it is output characteristic, it is output current, and it is output voltage. Now current increases from, let me take 4 microampere to, I'm taking it as a 2 microampere to 4 microampere, just easy. And output current increases from 20 milliampere to 40 milliampere. Then how will the current and voltage change? So the current amplification factor beta is equals to change in output current divided by change in input current. So output current delta IC is, so change in output current is 40 minus 20, because change means final minus initial. 40 minus 20, which is 20 milliampere is there. So I have to multiply it by 10 raised to minus 3 divided by, here change in input current is from 4 to 2, it will 2 into 10 raised to minus 6. To better understand it, what we will do is, here you can say that, sir, you have already done the large value, so you will get the large value. What we will make here is, I will make this as a 2 and this as a 4, and I will make this as the 40 microampere and this makes 20 microampere. Now you can see here, input voltage is more than the output voltage. But what will be the this beta we are calculating? Hence this becomes 2 and this becomes 20. Right? Now 2 into 10 raised to, this goes up, it becomes 3. 6 minus 3 divided by 20. You can cancel out 10. It will become 10 raised to 2. Hence beta is 100. Now what I want to tell is, output current, by making this one, IC is equals to beta IB. IC is equals to IB. Now what I want to tell is, output current increases 100 times its initial value. 100 times, so beta is 100. So multiply beta, it increases, it is changing by 100 times. So that is what I want to explain. Now we have calculated beta. So you can take any example of voltage, you can calculate the change in voltage, or I can say voltage amplification factor and power amplification factor by taking certain value of resistors and all this. So hope you will understand this one. So today's class is regarding the transistor amplifier, transistor as amplifier. So this is what the figure is construction. Circuit diagram is, first draw the input diagram making base emitter junction as the forward bias condition and collector emitter junction as the reverse bias condition, and first write the construction thing, then explain how well the amplification taking place. So to explain the amplification, you have to remember this figure we have studied in the previous classes. So you have to remember this figure. As the input voltage changes, a small voltage, you can see here, input voltage is changing very small from 20 to 40. The large amplification of the current takes place from the output characteristic. Just first you write this formula, just make an example so that the examiner will understand. Then go for the explanation and write regarding the voltage amplification as well as the power amplification. So this is there in your notes, and read those notes very carefully and try to make your own notes. So on the basis of this class, hope you will understand. I hope you got clear picture of how amplifier transistor works as amplifier. So I will stop here. I will continue in the next class, and thank you.